Welcome to Retro Sparkle Designs. Today's tutorial will be going over the Opalite top. We will need one front, one back, two collar pieces, one waistband, two cuffs, two sleeves, and one neckband. We will begin with the bodice. So take your back bodice and lay it right sides up, and then take your front bodice and lay that right sides down on your back bodice. Align your shoulder seams and then pin and sew. Now with our shoulder seams sewn, go ahead and open up your bodice. So we have both our front and back bodice right sides up. We're going to take our sleeves and find the center point of those. That'll be mostly in that little divot at the center there. I still just like to double check that exact point, and I will use that center point to align with my shoulder seams. So take your sleeve and place it right sides together with your bodice, and then pin that center point with the shoulder seam and finish pinning the rest of the armici. Repeat this for your other sleeve and then go ahead and sew these both. Here we have our sleeves added on, and now we're going to finish our side seams. So take your front bodice and lay it right sides together with your back bodice. And this will fold your sleeves in half, aligning those raw edges. And then go ahead and pin the bottom of the sleeve and your side seams together, and then sew both of those sides. Here we have our side seams all finished up. So go ahead and flip your top right sides out. And then I'm going to go ahead and quarter the bottom of my top and then my neckband and then half my sleeves. This will just be easier for when I go to add my cuffs and my neckband and collar and my waistband and everything. Now we can go ahead and prep the neckband. So take your neckband, fold it in half, right sides together, and then pin and sew that short edge. With our neckband now sewn together, go ahead and flip it so wrong sides are together, aligning the raw edges. I'm going to go ahead and quarter my neckband as well. Next, we can prep the collar. So take your collar pieces and place them right sides together. Pin the short slanted edges and that long top edge, and then go ahead and sew those three sides. Here is the sewn together collar. Go ahead and flip it right sides out, and then we are going to top stitch those three edges we just sewed, just to give a little bit of a cleaner look here. Here is that top stitched collar, and now we will be adding the collar and neckband to the bodice. Start by taking your neckband and placing it over your neckline, aligning those quarter points and raw edges, and then go ahead and pin in place. Now find the center of your collar and mark that with a pin. Align that center mark with the back center of your neckband and your neckline. We're going to pin the collar wrong side to right side of the bodice. So our right side of the collar will be facing out. So align that center point to begin with, and then slowly stretch that around the rest of your neckline. There will be a small gap left in between the two edges of the collar, about an inch. Once you have your collar pinned all the way around, go ahead and sew the collar and neckband on. Here we have the collar and the neckband both attached, and now we will need to top stitch that seam down. So flip your collar all the way up and then flip your neckband up as well. And then we're going to top stitch that seam down. This will help the neckband stand upright, which will aid the collar as well. Now let's prep the waistband and the cuffs. So take your waistband and fold it in half right sides together, and then pin and sew that short edge. For our cuffs, we'll do the same thing. Fold in half right sides together, pin and sew the longer edge. Now we will fold the finished cuffs in half wrong sides together, aligning the raw edges, and then I like to mark the halfway points on my cuffs. For the waistband, go ahead and fold in half wrong sides together, aligning your raw edges, and then I like to mark my quarter points on my waistband. Here you can see a close-up view of our finished top stitching. So this will again help the neckband stand up, and then we're going to fold the collar over the neckband. And then this way you won't see your seam line at all. And now we will add the cuffs and the waistband. So to start with the cuffs, we'll take those and slide them over the end of the sleeve, aligning the raw edges and those halfway marks, and then go ahead and pin those both in place. For the waistband, go ahead and slide over the bottom of your bodice, align those raw edges and the quarter points, and then pin and sew. And of course, sew your cuffs on as well. Then go ahead and take your waistband and your cuffs and just flip them down, and you have your finished opalite top.